You know who it is. It's the cat with the big smile. It's Big Roar, baby, and the fantastic dynamic.
Dan the man.
We are back for another episode of
OG Dan.
That's right, baby, from the Liddy in the city. That's Liddy in the sand of Ogden. What's happening? Hey, man, show celebrities that.
Aren't local celebrities at all.
That's right. But we bringing you some new saucy stuff about crime, about lifestyles, about things that happen. Like today, what you want to talk about today?
You know,
Like, what do you want to just get off your chest?
I feel like choices, bro. Choices.
Now, in choices of others, or how others' choices affect your choices? Or overall choices?
Overall choices, because whether you have good intentions, bad intentions, you are seeking personal benefit out of those choices, whatever those choices may be, good or bad, there's always a consequence to every single choice you make.
Agreed.
And people get it kind of confused when they make a mistake. It's a choice they made, but they don't, people don't see it like that. It's everyone else's fault, because of the choice they made. It's
That
choices, bro.
that blame game.
Yeah,
Blame game. Well, I feel like you're absolutely right. Just like it's your choice to continue to pick that up and to move with it, or choice to move on from it. Choices, I think some of the worst things have been done with the best intentions.
Yeah. I agree, because people, I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of people don't actually stop and think before they make the choice that they'll make. I really don't. People that are outstanding citizens, above everybody, upper class tier of the middle class, but they're in the upper class tier of the middle class, all the way down to the lowest of low. Like,
Scumbag.
It's the more I'm learning about life, the more I'm learning that choices are a big part of everybody's lives.
And not just big choices. Small, little, eeny, teeny, sand granule, slit, salt, grain choices.
Yeah.
Them little ass choices that you don't think that matter. That's right. Jamal Murray goes off too, by the way. My brother got
the Jazz lost
42 buckets, G, whatever.
Shout out to Donovan Mitchell, though.
Salute, child. Yeah, man, them little choices, man, them little things that you choose to do on a day-to-day basis. I relay this to a windshield.
Okay.
And my recovery and what I was doing. Let's just talk. I'm gonna make this whole car analogy right now, just right off the top of the head. You're driving down the road. You're driving down the road of life. Now, in life, you have to look ahead of you, look behind you, look on the right, look on the left to check to make sure whatever your distance is from the other car or other vehicle.
Yeah.
Not only that, you signal to allow for other people to know what you're going to do, how you're going to move, so that you don't cause an accident.
Yeah.
Also, your vehicle that you drive needs to be upkept very good, or you will not avoid a blowout. You will not avoid blowing out your engine. You will run out of gas.
That's a whole lot of blowouts.
That's a whole lot of blowouts. And we ain't talking about them kinds of blowouts, but you know what kinds we talking about. Boof. So, in life, you travel and you make these decisions, okay? You plan for a trip. You map out your destination. And if you don't, you probably should. Because if you don't know where you're going, I don't want to go with you. I just want to drive. I just want to ride around.
Yeah.
I don't want to ride with you because you don't know where you're going. You just want to drive and waste gas? No. Stuff costs money.
It's crazy. You can know where you're going to, and you were on a clear path to where you're going, and next thing you know, choices can come at you.
That's right. You
got to make that right choice. Do I get off this exit? Or do I keep going? Merge back on.
Yeah.
And you don't really know until you make that choice.
Yeah. And then after you make it, and you get in an accident because you weren't paying attention, because you had too many things going on around you, like, or you were focusing too much of the shit that's going on behind you that you forgot to look ahead of you.
Yeah.
Or you had a rock bounce off now in your life, off the road, from somebody else's car that flipped it up, and it chipped your little windshield. And what happens when your windshield gets chipped? It doesn't crack. And no. It doesn't crack. You drive it for months.
Yeah.
Okay, and then right? And then it makes that whole thing to where you have to replace it because you can't see shit. That's right. I said shit.
Shit.
Because that's what it is, man. That's a 3 triple S on you. Start paying attention to what you're doing and get around from people flicking rocks at your windshield because they're going to keep flicking rocks at your stuff and then you got to go and fix it.
You're stuck with the bill, you're stuck with the deductible, everything.
Yeah. And that's if you make it out of the accident.
Yeah.
And they just still drive, just listening to whatever they want to listen to, doing whatever they want. Because you allowed for them to do that to you. You taught them and trained them how to teach, to treat you. So
You're
treat
right.
yourself.
You're right.
Treat yourself. And a lot of things too, where you will be doing just so good. You could have a brand new, fastest, most beautiful car on planet Earth. Something that somebody else wants. Daniel see me driving the car. Or I see Daniel driving the car. And Daniel inside his mind's like, that's the flyest car ever. But when I see Malcolm, I'm going to tell him. Or when I see Daniel driving the nice car, I'm going to tell him, hey, man. That don't look good on you, man. It's okay, man. Hey, you know, Caesar got one too. And he sells pizzas too. So, and they're not little ones either.
Yeah. Oh, but check out my new C-Series.
Check this out right here. You should probably get one of these.
Yeah.
You know, and throw super salt in your game because they see you doing something that they can't do. So what better way to do and destroy that is to plant a little seed inside of you that you come along with your dumb ass and you start watering. And yes, I'm cussing this episode because I feel like some people ain't getting this across to them. So I want you to know this is how I'm truly feeling.
Yeah.
Like, you're special. As every other body in this world is. But the difference between you and the difference between you is that you know it.
Yeah.
Don't make you conceited. Don't make you a piece of crap. It makes you blessed and know that you're blessed.
Yeah. You know, I think there's a difference between... Or let me rephrase that. I feel like I know the difference between conceited, cocky, you know, all those personality traits versus confident, humble, you know, hardworking, all those things, because people can make the choice in their own head and have an opinion about you just by the car you drive, the clothes you wear, the hairstyle you have. You know, you haven't shaven, I haven't shaven in a week, so, you know, just simple things like that. And your shit looks crispy though. Yours is all lined up. Your shit's all lined up.
Okay. MLB Player of the Year candidate. Shoot. And that's Victor Robles doing his thing.
So,
I will see.
You know,
Well, I like that you say they have a perception of you, right?
yeah.
I went and I did a service down in Hooper.
Hooper?
I went down to Hooper.
Hooper.
Okay. So I went down to Hooper and I went and bought a drink at the store. Now I knew in my mind that I need to put on a smile here because there's some different things going down on there in that neighborhood, and that's fine.
Down Hooper.
But when I go down to get a drink and you look at me like I'm a monster and proceed to give me
Yeah.
you know, that's fine. Okay, that's cool. You have a beautiful day. I'm gonna go and do my thing because it's not my fault. And so maybe it's me, no? Because then when I got to where I was going, I waved at a gentleman cutting grass. And you know what that gentleman did to me? He looked at me like this, raised his little nose like,
Really?
and went, and kept
Really?
on. And I said, okay, it's me. That's
No.
fine. Y'all can keep doing that because what it let me know is that your mind's so closed that this is all what you see. You're missing out on a good person. And I've been a person to do that too.
Yeah.
But I no longer do that because I feel like if I don't want it done to me, then I got to change the cycle. I got to represent what I am trying to have other people do to me, so I got to lead by example. So I'm going to keep waving at you. I'm going to make you wave.
Yeah. That.
Sprinkler.
That is true. You know, and I feel like that's something that me personally, constantly am still working on. And that's just like, that kind of brings me to another, you know, sidebar real quick, what I want to say. Like, we do this for, you know, the purpose of getting it out of us.
You are now ready for an episode or a part in the episode called Tales for the
Times.
That's right, Tales for the Times. Because why? Because it is the time to know that. You know?
I do
like
know.
a flow mat.
I do know. You know, when it's, you do time while you're out running around, you know, getting high, getting drunk, doing all that, you're essentially locked up. So you're not physically locked up, but mentally and physically, I would say, you know, to a certain extent, you're locked up. You're locked into that lifestyle, that dimension of drug addiction, you know. And then usually what leads after that is to jail time or prison time.
And those are fun times. It's the fun times.
But when you look back on it, which one was funner?
Not prison. Prison was pretty fun. We probably shouldn't say that.
Yeah, no, I mean, not fun. We're not trying to glorify, but you know, when you're in that mindset, it's almost like you do think it's fun, but it's not fun, like, at all. It's misery. And speaking of misery, my tale from the times
Hit that. Speak up too, because they might not hear you.
comes from
Ooh, it was deep. Let me clear my throat.
comes from when I was living with my grandma. So I was on ankle monitor at the time.
Oh,
Yeah, I went back to jail for a probation violation because I got in contact with the cop and then didn't report that to my PO. But my PO already know because it was actually an investigator. The investigator contacted my PO first to make sure it was okay. He contacted me. So, didn't let him know. Anyway, went back for a violation, 30 days, got back out on ankle monitor. So I had like a 7 o'clock curfew. So as soon as I get out, I'm right back on heroin, like probably that night or the next night. It was within 48 hours of me getting out. And I had no money, had no job. I was living back at my grandma and grandpa's. So I knew where she kept her gun that my grandfather bought her. A little German 25.
not a German that was 25 years
No.
old. A weapon.
A weapon. So he's just in the closet,
Yeah.
locked away.
And not like, hey,
Yeah.
but like in the closet.
So I get that, and I try to, you know, get rid of it before my curfew. When my curfew comes up, and I was too scared to be out driving around with it, so I'm like texting people and blah 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 blah, and blah 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 is what I got back. So it's after curfew, and I'm sick. Well, I finally get in touch with somebody to come pick this up for me and go get both of us whatever we need, and then come back so I can get well, you know? And yeah, I was sick as fuck all night,
Sick.
all day, until like the next night. And at the time, you know, I didn't think anything of it. Like, it was on my mind that I took my grandmother's gun that meant so much to her, but it wasn't just because of the mind state and the time period in my life, what I was doing. Like, it wasn't on my conscience. Well, shortly after